coursing also prolongs the careers of some greyhounds, does it, Don? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, well, as I said before, I think a lot of dogs often lose confidence. They might have little niggly injuries that means that maybe they're not as quick out of the boxes as they were, or don't have the ability to run through a turn like they used to. And so from that point of view, giving them a run up the straight is certainly a huge advantage to them. Sometimes it'll give them that spark to get back to the track. Other times it's just an alternative for them. And we see regularly, in fact, I think we've had so much demand of late that we'll probably be looking in the near future at putting a few veterans races on for greyhounds over 4, specifically at the coursing events, because we're starting to get a demand for it. People are hanging on to their dogs and enjoying the dog, and I think that's a part of it. It gives them a chance to give them an alternative and then maybe take it back to the track after that.
That's fascinating and really good news. What age are the oldest coursing greyhounds these days?
It's probably similar to the track. Sometimes it's a bit tougher on them, coming up 3 times in a day, so they do have to be fit, but at the same time it doesn't put the same pressure on that going around a circle does. So you find that we'll get coursing dogs in much the same age brackets as you do on the track.
So around you're 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And perhaps with veterans races being introduced in the future, we might get our maybe 6-year-olds going around, do you think?
Yeah, I doubt it. We'll probably get a few of those at like a picnic meeting where they might only go up twice in the day. Most dogs can comfortably go up twice. I think when you get to the older veteran stage, the 6-year-olds, they probably struggle a 3rd time in a day. But it's a great opportunity to give them a different avenue. A lot of trainers just haven't tried it with their dogs. It's a different type of racing. Last week we had a dog with $180,000 in stake money, 100 starts, 35 wins, goes into a maiden race at the coursing. But he got knocked out in the first round by a dog that probably better suited at the coursing than he is on the circle. And so it's a different type of racing, and a dog that maybe you think can't measure up, might be the next Waterloo Cup winner. I've had them in the past that they can go up the straight, but they're running down the outside fence, and you put them around a circle and they're just covering too much ground. And so they're the sort of dogs that if they've got the right temperament, they can come up 3 times and they can be great coursing dogs. And sometimes the box rise, there's a lot of reflexes involved. The dog that might be missing the start and making ground in the first turn and then striking the trouble, he might have the early pace that's really suited to the coursing. So it throws up some real anomalies, and trying to compare the form is very difficult. And we've got a couple of slips to boxes coursing challenges now. We run them at Longwood, going to a final at Shepparton, and this year we've got one in Lang Lang going to a final at Cranbourne. And it's very interesting, the fields you get, and certainly not the best track dogs get into the final because the heats are thrown at the coursing tracks.